This week, Pastor Sean sat down via Zoom with Brandon and Marcie Brazee, missionaries we support in Germany. This is our missions moment.
Well, hey guys, it's great to be with you on Zoom. Gotta love technology. How is it over in Germany?
Things are good here. Good to be with you.
Yeah, we were just in America. We came back and the sun is shining for a few days. It's been really wet here. So we were thankful for the time that we had in Washington where it was like super hot and dry.
Yeah, but it's good to be back in Germany. It's good to be back in the routine. Kids are back in school. And we're thankful to be back home.
Awesome. And now, just for those of us sitting here in the PNW, how many hours ahead are you in the future?
We are 9 hours in the future. So today is already awesome. In case it started out a little rough for you, yeah.
It gets better.
It's better. All right. It's going to be sunny is what you're telling me. It's
yes.
Going to be sunny day today. All right. Yes. All right. Sweet. And you recently in Germany, you moved in the last year and a half. From where to where? Can you kind of share what that journey was like as you relocated within Germany for us? Give a little update.
Yeah, so we lived in Bühl, which is a small town in southwest Germany, where we were working with the national leader of Foursquare Germany at his church. And a year ago, we moved to Cologne, which is in the western part of Germany, where there's no Foursquare work and very few evangelical churches. And we moved here with the goal of church planting. So we moved in the middle of the pandemic, spent 9 of the last 12 months in lockdown. So we were really limited as to what we could do in terms of building relationship. We knew nobody here when we moved here, but God has been really faithful.
Yeah, through tons of prayer walks and by churches like Hub City praying for us, God really opened up doors that shouldn't be open. We had not tons, but we had plenty of opportunities to get to know people despite all of the restrictions and lockdowns.
Yeah, so part of the blessing of being under so many lockdowns was the other apartments in our building. Those people were also stuck at home.
And so we were the only option.
So they had to hang out with us. And so we have a big shared backyard. And so we really got to know our neighbors really well, which has been cool because that probably wouldn't have happened or definitely wouldn't have happened, at least to the depth that it did if things were normal.
So the kids would do online school in the morning and then spend 6 to 7 hours in the backyard every afternoon together. And so through that, we celebrated all the Hallmark holidays that were from Christmas through June. And we just took any reason to celebrate and make a party out of it. And we ended up even celebrating Easter with our neighbors in the backyard by having Kaffee und Kuchen.
Coffee and cake.
No, thanks for the translation.
No problem. And we did an Easter egg hunt for the kids.
Easter egg hunt. We focus a lot of our time on our neighbors just because that was our option. But the other cool thing is the parents. We've had a chance to meet a few parents of the friends of our kids. And that has been another cool avenue that the Lord just provided opportunity. And so they would introduce us to somebody else, who would introduce us to somebody else, who would introduce us to somebody else. And that's how our network has grown.
And I'm sure you had your own ways of hardship and difficulty over the last year and a half, and yet still seeing some good, seeing stuff sprout.
Yeah.
You've been slowly planting there and just seeing it kind of germinate. Huh? See what I did there?
Ooh,
nice. Well, what's been really cool too is just the relationships we had in the ministry that we started in Bühl. Especially the coffee outreach to refugees we had going has continued. And it's been really cool to be able to stay connected with them as well. One of the things I've had a chance to do is teach some of the Iraqi refugees English via Zoom, which has been good. We've had some different Bible studies with folks there. And thanks to Hub City and that Advent project, we're also able to give some Christmas blessings to some of those refugee families, send them some love, which was really great. We're also able to do some homeless outreach here in our new city in Cologne as a result of those gifts as well, to buy clothes and socks and put together meals and stuff for homeless, because the homeless were still homeless even though things were in lockdown. So that was just a really cool opportunity. And we just got a new projector.
We got it in the mail today.
It showed up today. So thank you so much for that. That'll certainly help as we host conferences and as we church plant. And that's all been a result of the admin outreach. So thank you so much for Hub City for your generosity. We're constantly blown away by you guys and just really, really blessed. And yeah, thank you.
Awesome. That's awesome. What as you're kind of going through this season, what is God stirring in you? What dreams do you have for Cologne? And also just tell us a little bit about the city. I don't have the map of Germany kind of memorized. So, is it by a more familiar city? What is that town like? It sounds like it smells nice. Cologne.
Some parts, yeah.
Cologne was invented here. That's where it got its name. It's named after the city. It's in Western Germany. So we're right on the border between Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. And we are about an hour north of Frankfurt by train. But it's actually one of the largest cities in Germany. It's 1.1 million people. So it's the fourth largest city in Germany. About a third of the city is foreign born, which is really cool. So a lot of migrants, so a lot of multicultural opportunities. And it's a very festive city in Germany. They love to celebrate. Carnival is huge here. They call it the fifth season. So that's a big festival they do. Of course, we haven't had any of these festivals since we've been here, but we're excited to get to participate in those as those happen again, and just kind of enjoy that part of the city that has been missing.
But do yourself a favor and Google like the Cologne Dome. That is probably one of the most recognized landmark.
Yeah, Dome Cathedral is our big cathedral here.
The landmark is the bridge going across the Rhine. We are on the Rhine River, and it's very
well known, very well known. Yeah. So we're famous for our cathedral, and fun fact: the bones of the three wise men are housed in our cathedral in little golden coffins.
Have you seen that?
We have, but the bones are inside the coffin, so you only see the coffin. But
it's shiny.
Bones,
So that's how our cathedral came to be. People pay to come see the bones back in the day, the pilgrimages, not pilgrims, the pilgrimages. And they got enough money to build a huge cathedral around it. So there you go, tallest Catholic cathedral in the world. Fun fact.
So we are focusing our time continuing the relationships that we have just begun to establish. And we're really just kind of navigating in this season what it means to church plant. We feel like the year that has just passed has been a lot of tilling the soil, and that we're in a phase or a season now of seed planting, and what that looks like, what type of seed, where to plant. And so just really just relying on the Holy Spirit to give us wisdom and discernment as we do that.
Awesome. And what is the kind of spiritual climate like there, and even during this time, as you're navigating this pandemic, and you've gotten to know the community a little bit, what is kind of the spiritual temperature, the climate, what's it like?
Yeah. Well, people here in Cologne are like super outgoing, super friendly, which is unlike where we were before. Like they're a lot more open to new relationships, and there is a Catholic culture here, and so all of those religious holidays are celebrated, but not practiced. So everybody knows, everybody celebrates. What's Christi Himmelfahrt? The Ascension. So we celebrate.
Like those are days off here.
So national holidays, they're just,
Nobody knows why.
Nobody knows why.
Yeah, Cologne is pretty reflective of most of Germany and actually a lot of Europe, where it's only about 2% what we call born-again Christians. So the vast majority of people don't have any belief in Jesus. They are somewhat familiar with Christianity just from the history, of course, here in Europe, and especially in Germany. But really, they're indifferent. They're not like anti-Christianity or anti-religion. They're just totally indifferent. It has no bearing to them on their lives for the most part. So, like if we tell people we're pastors and we work for a church, they're like, man, great. Like it has no real relevance to them.
Yeah. But in the pandemic, I mean, we've noticed that similarly to the United States, I mean, people are just dealing with anxiety, depression, isolation, the same types of things that we experience as well. And so we've just been able to encourage and just infuse a spirit of generosity and care within our network of people.
That's awesome. Well, we had the privilege of having lunch with you guys when you were here stateside, hanging out in the Northwest, and we started chatting and dreaming a little bit together, looking ahead at 2022. And you guys shared an opportunity that I wanted to throw to the church to be praying about, thinking about. Would you just share a little bit about maybe our potential for a late spring, early summer kind of short-term trip to Germany? Yeah, would you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're super excited. So before things were all pandemic-y, we were hosting about 3 teams a year, which was awesome, and we had lots of cool different ministry opportunities for the teams. And so we're excited to get back into that. And what we were talking about and brainstorming about, we have the opportunity to provide children's ministry for our Foursquare Europe conference. So all the nations in Europe that have a Foursquare work, the national leaders and pastors get together once a year for a conference that's been actually canceled the last 2 years because that normally happens late spring. But it will happen again this spring, God willing. And
May 5th to the 8th.
There you go. There's the dates of the conference. And we would love to have a team out from Hub City to provide the children's ministry so that both parents can attend the conference and so that the children can get ministered to. It's not childcare; it really is like VBS, and so it's a chance to pour and invest in those kids. A lot of those kids are missionary kids, or kids of pastors, and it's just a chance for them to really get poured into, to be blessed, to be encouraged, to be built up, and it's super critical for their well-being. I mean, it really is life-giving for them. And then, like I said, for parents, it frees us up to be able to both be engaged in the conference as well. So we would love to invite a team to come hang out with us in Cologne a little bit and get to know our city. And then we'd all travel together to northern Italy, where the conference is. Probably flying to like Milan or Florence or one of those places, Venice.
It's hard serving the Lord.
And so if you can manage to stomach that tough travel and all the tough food that comes with it.
Some grueling, as you said, right? We gotta.
And Italy is on point.
But we would love to have a team come out and serve with us. That'd be a huge blessing.
And no worries, you don't even need to learn German because everything will be offered in English.
Well, we'll learn a little bit, right? A little bit. Hello, goodbye, and.
Sollen wir switchen jetzt auf Deutsch?
I don't know what you just said. No comprende, señorita.
Sehr gut.
Well, I love the opportunity as we got to hear from you and just pray about it a little bit with some of the leadership here. It began to stir in my heart because one, it serves those missionaries like you were talking about, but specifically targeting these kids that have given their lives away. I can't imagine living my childhood in a place where I don't speak the language and was thrown into learning another language. I mean, can you just for a moment just speak to how it's affected both of your children, Caitlin and Hudson, as they've just been? I mean, they're missionaries too, you know, as they're living this life with you guys.
Well, for Caitlin, when we moved, she had just finished her second grade year in Bothell, Washington. And so when she came, we moved to Germany, she needed to finish out the school year. And so it was important for us that she feel comfortable. So we let her choose her school, and she picked the school based upon their name, that it was similar to her school in Washington. And we just put her in cold turkey into German public school, and we prayed. We had people praying that there would be somebody that would speak English. And there was a little girl who learned English from YouTube. Her accent was perfect. That helped Caitlin out for the first few months. And then the third grade year, she had a teacher who majored in English. So God just really took care of her. And then Hudson was just brought up.
He was 18 months when we moved here. So he's grown up as a German boy, but they're both fully bilingual. And this really is home for them. But like you said, I mean, God doesn't call just parents. He calls us all as a family to be missionaries. So Our
And
kids.
honestly, they're more missionaries than we are because they're the ones that make all the connections.
It's true.
Can you say that again? The audio kind of cut out.
Yeah, I said our kids are more the missionaries than we are because they're the ones that are making all the connections.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Well, that's something we could be dreaming about for the spring of next year, and we'll talk more about that as we get closer to it. But as we close, is there anything we could be praying for you guys and how we can just be supporting you in prayer during this time?
Well, I hurt my knee and I limp, and we've got a lot of stuff on the calendar for the fall that I need to be mobile for. So if the Lord would miraculously heal me, our whole family would love that.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have a car. We walk everywhere, which we love. But like Marcie said, with the knee injury, that makes it hard. And then also just continued prayer for wisdom in what church planning looks like, continued prayer for relational opportunities, that we would continue to meet those key people, and just that God would send those people across our paths. But yeah, we're super thankful for you guys, for Hub City, for all that you do for us. We're just so blessed to get to partner with you. And yeah, we really appreciate each and every one of you.
Thanks for blessing us so that we can bless other people through that.
Amen.
That's what it's about. That's how it works. So, well, guys, it's been great to catch up for a moment, just to see your faces and hear your voices and hear what God's doing in the midst of everything going on globally. And we love you guys. We're here for you. We're praying for you, supporting you. And can you just send us out with a German departing goodbye? I don't know any German.
What do we'll teach you? It's just choose.
Or Auf Wiedersehen.
Cheers.
Choose.
Choose.
Or chew.
Chew.
Yeah.
Chew or Auf Wiedersehen.
Genau.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Perfecto.
Or you could say even ciao.
Ciao. All right. Chew, ciao, Auf Wiedersehen. Adios.
Thanks so much.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
To partner and give to the missions efforts in Germany, you can visit us online at thehubcitychurch.com/give and select Germany Missions.